Hi there, it's Louise with you of Timeless Craft Mama, and today I'd like to share a scrapbook layout process video created for Scrapbook Boutique. Something a little different from me today, and I've titled this page Wild Selfie. It was an idea that I had to take some white 12 by 12 cardstock and create a frame background. So I'm using the Distress Crayons, and what I'm doing is just taking those crayons and drawing some overlapping squares and smudging with my fingers. Now I started with 3 colours and I ended up picking a 4th colour just because as it was developing I sort of felt like it needed that extra colour. So I'm going to go through here and show you the whole process just because I think it's important that you see how this did eventuate. Now you could do the same thing with circles, or you could do diamonds, you could do hearts, but I wanted to use my Distress crayons in a different way, and I don't know why, but I had frames in my mind. So when thinking about creating a page, I was, trying to work out whether I wanted to use chipboard frames, did I want to use paper frames, and I ended up just with a piece of white cardstock, and this was the outcome. So I really think that this is quite a striking layout, and what I will probably do again next time is actually create this kind of background in the frames and then treat it like a patterned paper. So I would actually go ahead and make a layout by maybe doing some tearing or some cutting or making some smaller size pieces in different colors and then using it to create some layers. But for today, I'm just going to use the frame background and I'm going to build the layout on top of that. So I've chosen this photo, and I sort of didn't really have a reason in mind for this photo. I just happened to look through my printed photo stash, and this one was the first one that sort of jumped out at me as being suitable for this particular background. So on this day, I have to tell you the little funny story because Master Z, who is in the photo with me, had actually dropped a large piece of wood on his toe at daycare and ended up with 2 small broken toes. So he was in a fair bit of pain and he couldn't walk, and while we were waiting at the x-ray place we were taking silly selfies and he was playing with my phone, anything that could keep him distracted from the pain that was in his foot. So I quite enjoy this memory because it's a sad time, but we've got some silly photos to play with. Okay, moving along, as you can see, I've cut some squares of rug mesh and I'm using those to fill in those frames. I'm using this really wonderful Thickers sticker sheet, which has got the title Wild, and I'm going to use the selfie. I've added some stickers and some wood veneers. I've done computer journaling and printed that out because as I was developing the page, I sort of felt like, okay, where am I going to put my journaling? I've sort of filled in some of these squares with the rug mesh. I've got some stickers. I've got a bit of stuff going on, but somewhere on this page, I'm going to have to write the story about Master Z actually breaking his toes and ending up waiting for an x-ray. So I've done the computer journaling, laid that out on the page so that I can decide where it's actually going to sit. Again with another frame, some of the elements I'm using are from Cocoa Vanilla Studio, just pretty much raiding my stash for anything I can find that will actually suit this particular page. So we're coming to the end now, and off camera I've stuck most of this down using the hot glue gun, which is what I prefer for the rug mesh, a couple of enamel dots, a bit of stamping, and this page is complete. So I love how it's turned out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're inspired to create a background with your Distress crayons, and of course check out Scrapbook Boutique. Thanks for watching.